Hello and welcome to a certain style of podcast, episode 13. Hello, Tim and Andy.
Hello.
You're supposed to say hello,
13.
Guy, because then I don't have to introduce myself.
Hello, Guy.
There we go.
Hello,
That's all three of us.
Hello, Guy Hawkins.
There you go. Tim Watts, Andy Coram. What's going on? What is going on?
We're here for the
God.
13th podcast.
No. Okay, I'll be more specific. What has happened in the time since the last podcast that you feel is worth talking about?
Tim?
Don't let him do that, Tim. Don't let Andy do that. No. Andy goes first.
Okay. I went to an interesting gig event in Oxford.
Isn't a gig an event?
Well, it was a so far event. So
who went to one?
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been kind of interested in a while, but
so the idea is you get a ticket for a gig, but you don't know who's going to play, and
okay.
But
Secret cinema
it's
kind of
an
thing?
intimate, yeah, kind of, and it's sort of intimate location. So this was in an old cricket pavilion in Oxford, near the Hog Acres. Have you heard of Hog Acres?
No.
It's a bit of a sort of hippie, orchardy area, but
Sounds wonderful.
But they had a nice cricket pavilion where they had the gig on, and everyone sits down and everyone's quiet throughout the music, so it's quite sort of intimate and it's all acoustic, and it was really good.
Who played?
One local band, Robot Rabbits or something.
Yeah.
And
just say two words, it'll be a band.
Yeah.
Probably saw them.
And then a few other bands that further afield, very different in styles, but no, it was good. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good idea. I think I'll definitely try it again.
Do some more of that.
Yep.
I really like the idea. But like on their webpage, they've got like the kind of who was it? The ones.
Famous band.
Yeah.
Because I think part of it as well is that you might get a well-known band.
Right.
Like occasionally they have well-known bands do.
So that's what's kind of really exciting.
Yeah.
And there is just like, you know, the shot on the homepage of this living room where there is this great, you know, big band. Oh, Pompeii, like, yeah.
Bombay Bicycle Club.
No. Pompeii.
Pompeii.
The band that does Pompeii, the song. What's the name of the band?
I don't know.
I don't know. I nodded. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah. There's the promise of that, which is kind of like really, I was really tempted by, but then I kind of sort of saw the kind of local acts they were getting, and I thought actually I could probably see better local acts at Catweasel or something.
Yeah. No, I think it was just an interesting setup.
It's nice to go to venues that you haven't been before.
Yeah,
no one can resist the mystery box.
No. But the thing is, I mean,
it's true. That's why
I generally
go
to gigs in Oxford that I don't know any of the bands anyway, 'cause they're all local or I haven't seen, and generally just enjoy going to see a gig. But this was just a different format, and no, it was good.
Cool. All right, Tim.
I did lots of boring programming stuff, and
It's not boring to you, though, is it?
It's not boring to me. It's boring to other people, especially boring to talk about it. But I did watch the Turtles.
Oh, you did?
Yay!
Hey, Tim is
forgot to bring it back.
That's fine. Don't worry. I'm never going to watch it again. Like, it was maybe 10, 15 years since I last saw it. I can wait another 10, 15 before I watch it again. What did you think?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good.
Obviously, with the caveat that it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah.
What did you think of the animatronics?
There's only once or twice that I kind of noticed it. The rest of the time, I thought,
yeah,
really good.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure even how they did it.
Lots of wires and servos. You see the inside of one of those masks, and it's crazy.
The technology hasn't seemed to, because I've seen robots that they're developing in Japan and stuff that sort of supposedly do human emotion expressions, and the technology is pretty. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess that's
same
totally
as-
automated rather than this, which is like they were controlling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I guess I'm wondering,
doesn't-
how did they control like the mouth movements?
I think it's leave it. Literally,
It
I
was all
think we should
puppeteers.
maybe we should go look into to find a behind the scenes shot, because I think it is just lots of remote controls. Just this does this flap and this does this flap and this is how you make this sort of sound. You just pull these levers.
Because I was quite impressed, like they did like forward rolls as well, like on top of that. Like
yeah.
Well, I think they had several helmets.
Yeah,
like
I think they went through a lot of costumes, but even
and occasionally they look a bit bouncy, but
yeah,
they look a little bit rubbery.
yeah, but that's kind of the charm. It's nice.
Well, exactly.
Like
at least that makes it look like they did do it for real.
Yeah, they the best because they used some actual animatronics in Jurassic World. When you guys haven't
still haven't seen it.
There's a shot in it where they kind of do the whole, okay, this is a real dinosaur, we've made it for real, it's animatronic, and it's not very good. It's really not very good. It just makes you think that what they did back in 1990 was way better than anything they're doing now, just because they don't do it.
The skills
for all that puppetry stuff is just gone.
I think we should set up a
I got a puppet
with all our skill.
Graham will help. It'll be awesome.
I got a puppet. We just put some wires in it and it will come to life, right?
Sure,
that's how it works.
Yeah. Just put some motors in it and give someone a control and it will just look amazing.
Sorry, I'm eating a piece of ice. That sounds good. All right, I haven't done too much actually, but I have been watching the Bates Motel TV series, which I'm pretty it's a very interesting show. Like it.
What's it about?
The Bates Motel.
Didn't you mention it last time, or was this when I've seen you outside?
I don't think so. I think we spoke about it on Saturday.
Yes, that's all right.
So you've heard this. You can just go and wander off and think of something else. No, it's the prequel to Psycho, but in a TV series. So it's Norman Bates as a kid being raised by his mum in the Bates Motel.
All right.
And it's really cool because it's trying to be a period piece without being a period piece. So it's set in the modern day, but it's certain characters, Norman Bates and his mum, for the most part, are kind of set in the period. I don't know exactly what it was. I should have probably researched that for when Psycho was set. So they look kind of like they're sort of from the 40s or 50s, but no one else around them does. There's a few other characters here and there that do, and it's just really interesting seeing them interact in a world that's modern, but then not. It's really cool.
Okay.
It's like they've gone to get the point across. We don't need to do the whole thing as a period piece. We can just go, well, don't worry about the background. These are our main characters. They look like they're in the period, and that's a cool style for them. And we'll just go and do that. And they did. And it's on like series 3 now. It's a bit Twin Peaksy.
Cool. It sounds like do you remember Erie, Indiana?
Yeah.
There was an episode where there was a. Sorry, it's probably a side track, but there was an episode where there was a local family of twins who hadn't aged, and they were all living in the sort of 40s, and it turns out they were kept in a Tupperware container at home, and they've just been preserved for decades in Tupperware. Sorry, it was just but carry on.
No, that's it.
Oh,
really good show. I would recommend watching it if you've got nothing else to watch.
Yeah, that actually reminded me of another. I did start watching something else as well, which was there's a new series, something about a man and a castle and a sky or something. It's about like
the man in the castle in the sky.
It's called something like The Man on the High Castle or something, and it's a Philip K. Dick book
about that rings a bell.
What life would be like in like the 60s had the Nazis won Second World War.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Is that a Netflix thing or?
I can't remember.
I like those alternate reality kind of things. It's neat.
Yeah, and it made me think. I totally wouldn't have concentrated on that aspect of it, and then it made me think. Oh, there's actually a really lot of interesting facets, and I bet you could do that with a lot of different times.
Yeah. So is it set in the past, but?
So set in the 60s. Yeah.
Right, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And there's basically, it's basically in the States, and it's split into two halves, basically Japan on the west and the Reichstag on the right.
Interesting.
East.
Or what, East Coast, West Coast of America? Oh,
yeah,
cool.
And so there's like a no man's zone like in between.
So it's a bit like Firefly, but with Japanese and Germans.
No.
It's set in the 60s.
Yeah, I know. I get that. But the idea that the future is
right.
the Chinese and the Americans are the only sort of superpowers that survived? Is it kind of?
I mean, it's obviously sort of
odd
starting
mix.
from that, but it's only 2 episodes in. I can't really tell where it's headed, and I haven't read the books. But having said that, basically they're concentrating very hard at the start on the resistance, right? So I thought that was a bit of a shame because I kind of think if you're going to go with this premise, then you kind of go with the premise that was the right way that history turned out, not that our way is the right way, if that makes sense.
So how would they know that our way is the
So
right? What's
this is going to be difficult to explain what I mean, but
it's not time travel.
history is always written by the victors, right? So
Yeah.
when you look back, you think like, oh, thank God it's turned out this way, in a way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
And I would like to see a series done from that perspective, but I'm a bit worried that actually what it's concentrating is like on the right thing was that like the Allies should have won, and therefore resistance fighters therefore trying to win back the country.
So do you think the books are the other way around? You haven't read the book.
I haven't read the book,
right.
but I assume that the plot
were-
is basically following the ideas of the book.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I would. It's kind of really hard to do, especially because it would obviously involve a lot of offence, right? A lot of racism and xenophobia. So, but at the same time, that's kind of where it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Is if that's really
Yeah,
where
it would
things-
be. It's just very interesting, like trying to figure out what society would be like today. If if Germany had gone and won the war, it's like, where would we be at? Like, how far away from where we are now would we be? It's always good to investigate that stuff. I like that. Bit like, I don't know, the only comparison I can make is like, say V for Vendetta. It's like that kind of thing, like where it's a slightly alternate reality of our own, with a slightly, if like government had gone down a certain ideal, certain set of ideals that maybe weren't so great, and how the country ended up.
Sure. I mean, obviously,
Very
there's like a million films that do the Big Brother version of that.
Yeah.
But it's interesting thinking about the other way. Yeah.
Cool. I'll check that out.
What's it called?
Yeah. The Man in the High Castle or The Man Up in the High Castle, something like
That sounds right.
Yeah.
It sounds more right
I've
than
heard
Man,
yeah,
Castle,
rings a
Sky.
bell.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also anyway.
Good.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're agreeing on stuff. We're all liking things. We especially all like turtles. That's pretty impressive that we're all liking something. All right. Doesn't happen very often. So I'm gonna run through some interesting stories that came out this past 2 weeks. Michael Jackson wanted to play Jar Jar Binks in Star Wars Episode 1. That
Is
came
that
out
real,
recently.
or is that
I don't know. I like to think that
Internet
it's real
real?
because I think he was mental, and it sounds like the kind of mental thing that Michael Jackson would say.
yeah?
I want to know why they didn't.
I'd like to say
For
that
the
George
probably
Lucas has
same
better
reason.
sense, but I'm not
Well,
sure.
exactly, right?
I'm not sure. He wrote the
I don't
character in
know,
the first
if you-
place.
If you've got that kind of opportunity, I mean, that's
I guess that would overshadow that character a little bit.
I don't know. Imagine us just talking about alternate realities. Imagine us sitting here now going, oh, I
Maybe-
remember that
maybe
Michael
someone
Jackson was Jar Jar
revoice
Binks.
Jar Jar Binks
I know.
as if Michael Jackson. Oh, that would be an awesome
That'd be a good
video to.
a good edit.
Yeah.
It's almost like Arnie being some government official or something.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Well, yeah. So
Wasn't
that happened.
Wasn't there a character that didn't look like Michael Jackson but thought he was Michael Jackson in The Simpsons? He was like a great big.
Yeah, that
Was that
yeah.
actually voiced by
Yeah,
Michael
yeah,
Jackson?
yeah, it was.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
the Simpsons used to do this really cool thing where it wasn't always about like let's get a celebrity and put them in and go this is what they look like.
Yeah.
In the Simpsons world, it was more like let's just give this cool actor or famous person a part
Yeah.
in this non-character, like this famous character, and I used to love that, and I think that one was really cool.
Yeah.
Like this guy
Because
from
I was
mental hospital
I
thinks he's
wasn't
Michael
sure
Jackson.
that it was Michael Jackson.
So
It was
cool.
like-
I haven't seen
cool.
it.
Yeah, no,
It's
it was really clever.
yeah. It's like I forget how they get to the mental hospital where he's working, or he's in the mental hospital, and he ends up going to the Simpsons house and just making them all get along through music, I guess. And he's basically this guy who just put on the Michael Jackson voice, and everyone started responding to it, and he just kept going with it, and it's really cool.
But he's like ginormous.
Yeah, he doesn't look like
guy.
Michael Jackson
Like,
at all. Yeah,
doesn't-
he's a big fat yellow Simpsons character who doesn't look like Michael Jackson. Yeah, I miss those kinds of episodes of The Simpsons. We'll never get them back. Not coming back.
Is it stop?
Yeah, it's
still
now
going?
they got another 2 years.
Ah.
Apparently, Homer is going to, or Marge is going to leave Homer. Apparently,
I
coming
thought
up.
that would.
But no one wants to
Who
see
cares?
that.
I
Who
haven't watched
cares?
it for several years.
Who cares? Or talking about who cares, does anybody give a shit about Bond? Anyone see the trailer?
I definitely care less after seeing the trailer.
Yeah, I did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really surprised that they just went, and now let's make a Bond film.
Yeah.
Because especially when you compare it to the other, I don't know if you've seen the Mission Impossible.
Rogue Nation.
Yeah,
No,
that looks a lot more exciting. I mean, it's standard Mission Impossible, but like in comparison with the Bond trailer, I know which film I'd rather see.
So I
on the base.
I'm not a
basis
huge
of trailer.
Bond fan, and I don't know about Spectre and the backstory of all of that terribly much. So seeing that trailer, I don't actually know what that film's about, really, apart from some secret organization and James Bond. But what it does give me some encouragement is that I think it could possibly be a very smart film.
Yeah,
and the plot literally can't be put across in a trailer without ruining it.
Yeah.
So you get to see some action, but the fact that you're not seeing this big, massive like action spectacle in the trailer, it means it's not going to be that kind of film.
No.
It might be more of a thinker, which Mission Impossible hasn't been since the first one. So it's kind of fine that they're doing their action thing and Bond's doing the smart thing. That would be really good, but won't know that till we go and see it. And the trailer doesn't really make me want to go see it.
I mean, you make a fair point. Like, perhaps it actually does have a really good story behind it. But what it looked like to me from the trailer was a transition piece between what they've been doing and what the old films were. And like, they have some scenes in there that look almost like total rip-offs of scenes in the old Bond film, just redone with him. And so I just thought,
yeah, I was thinking like the snowy mountain bit with what's the one with the cello?
Like,
Timothy Dalton.
Oh god, I don't know enough. That's the thing. I don't know enough about Bond, so none of those things like hit me. I just go, "Oh, that's Daniel Craig in the snow." Great.
No,
that would be
I
fun.
wonder because they seem to be just from the trailer. They're again sort of playing on the old. He's getting a bit old and kind of it's kind of
They did that in the last one.
Yeah, they did that in the last one. So I wonder.
And it was only the third one.
Because they're still going. Because I'm guessing he's still on for another one after this one.
Probably.
Or do you think?
I don't know if he is actually.
Do you think he's?
Don't know why I say that.
So yeah.
Don't know.
So it kind of feels like it's almost revisiting that and kind of winding him down. They not necessarily setting him up for another.
That's fine though. I don't mind that. I thought it was kind of confusing the way they left the last one, because the last one was so much about like him being old and obsolete, and he'd only been like the Bond film for 3. That was the third one. That was literally the third one. So we'd done 2 before that, and they were kind of the same film because they carry on straight after each other. So he hasn't really been 007 for that long.
But these days,
and now he's too old for it, and you're like, what? You've missed a bit.
Was the last one the solar facility one? Like
it was no, it was
in the desert.
No, it was no. That was
that was the second one.
that was the second one.
The third one's the ice one.
It ends up in Scotland.
Yeah, the third one is what I lovingly call it ends like Harry Potter crossed with Straw Dogs, which if you've seen it and you've seen Straw Dogs and Harry Potter, you might get.
I haven't seen Straw Dogs, but when you say dogs, there's another like
Straw Dogs. That rings a bell.
It's the Dustin Hoffman film. Yeah, there's a rape scene. It's kind of a bit controversial, but it's like defending a house from weird people. They go up into the Scottish like countryside, and it looks like Harry Potter because that's where Harry Potter shot.
Right.
And also there's a little bit of Home Alone in there as well, because they set off loads of cool traps to stop the back.
I do remember watching that and thinking it was like a grown-up Home Alone.
Yeah, someone went in to go, we're gonna make Harry Potter cross with Straw Dogs and Home Alone, and they all went, yes please.
To be fair, I enjoyed that a lot more than I did the whole solar plant.
I actually quite like Casino Royale. That's my favourite Bond film, and I don't like any of the other ones. Before that, really.
See, this one could be more along those lines. If you're right, if it's a bit more terrible and kind of there's a plot to it and the action is
I hope so.
Well, all of this is total speculation.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's just gonna have to go see it, and it's a bit of a gamble. I don't
When's it
think
out?
I'm willing to take. Don't know.
No.
Again, the trailer had very little impact. I remember it saying,
Soon.
no, what's it? It says Spectre at the end, and maybe it does say coming soon. I don't know if it had a date.
No.
Again, very little of that trailer went in.
No.
Anyway, all right. This is maybe Tim looked through the notes before this episode and maybe didn't understand this one. So Jake Gyllenhaal has said that he likes Greg's.
I saw this.
Did you see that?
I heard this.
Did you see that? He was doing an interview.
I don't understand what that means.
He was doing an interview promoting his new film, and which I think is him being a boxer.
Yes,
from what I've seen, he's done the whole
ripped and
bulk up.
I still,
for it.
In my head, it seems weird when he does all these kind of action hero. Like even when he was, I think it was Prince of Persia was like his first kind of realm, and it just didn't sit. I much preferred him as the kind of weirdo geek guy from Donnie Darko.
Yeah, nothing about Prince of Persia is a good.
No,
a good film.
I've not seen it, but
and neither is The Day After Tomorrow. Is it Day After Tomorrow? One with the wolves.
Yeah.
Is he in that?
Yeah, the one where that you go.
It's basically the Earth
Snowy
freezes
for a bit.
over.
I remember the film, but I
Yeah.
don't really remember him in it.
Yeah, he's in it. There's some really hokey looking CG wolves that he gets chased by.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I remember about that film. And Ian Holmes in it.
They do. It's called New York is like in an ice age.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, I just it never sit well after Donnie Darko that he's become this kind of big muscle bound action hero.
He was good in Jarhead though.
Yeah,
like he was playing kind of like a regular grunt soldier in that, and he was quite good in that. I like that film. So I think he can do it.
Yeah,
but anyway, he was doing an interview, and someone asked him what he likes to do when he comes over to the UK, and he said, "I like eating Greg's." Greg's is the bakery, you know Greg's.
I do.
Yeah, everyone knows that he's probably saying that because he doesn't know any better. Because Greg's is the worst.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not the only person who thinks that.
No. I don't know if he's getting paid by Greg's to say that, or if it's just someone put him up to it and he said, "Just say this when someone asks," because it'll be funny.
I mean, maybe he just really saw them around and just like this is going to be a popular answer or something. I don't know.
It's like, is it the next Starbucks?
I like cheap pastry.
Yeah. I did used to like it when I was at uni. It was a very good place to get a lot of food for very little money. It did have a...
Yeah, I can imagine.
Have its place.
So the one near me, I see lots of students in. They just all hang out.
Maybe that's why he's there. Maybe he's not after the pastries or the baguettes. He's after the students.
Maybe
the British students.
I kept seeing people going there, so I gave it a chance a few times, and I thought, I obviously got the wrong thing or something.
It's fine.
And it's like, nah, that's
fine. It's a sandwich. You get a sandwich. Like a baguette.
I was getting things like sausage rolls or
don't do
pasties.
that. No, don't do that.
They were just
don't do that. never pay the lowest price for a sausage roll. You're always going to be disappointed. That's a lesson for everyone.
I was in a pub the other day, and so a friend of mine who's not a vegetarian ordered a vegetarian burger, and I was like, "How comes you're getting a veggie burger?" And he was like, "Yeah, I don't trust their meat. if you're getting a meal and a beer for £6, I'm going veggie."
Yeah. And anyway, finally, 18-foot Millennium Falcon. Does that make anyone very happy inside?
What? I didn't get that reference.
Yes.
What
I haven't seen.
Imagine
this refers to
an 18-foot Millennium Falcon that
it's not big enough.
Buy. No, it's not big
enough.
You
can buy this.
You can buy this. This is a action figure type thing you can buy, like a replica.
Can you sit in it?
No, it's 18 foot.
Sit on it?
You can sit on it.
What do you do with it?
It could be a bed.
Surely you haven't got the figures that all... Or is it?
No, they do actually.
It to scale of the.
So Sideshow Collectibles. I don't know if you know Sideshow Collectibles. They make tons of really cool replicas and like model figures of like famous characters from films and TV and stuff like that. You should check them out. They do some cool stuff.
So we're talking Action Man size.
Yeah. So they do like a 6th scale figure, which is about this.
Yeah.
For those who can't see that, just realizing we are
about a foot, about 6
it's
inches off the table.
Yeah,
12 inches.
No, that's not 6 inches.
12 inches.
That's no way.
Wishful thinking.
So they do everything at that 1/6 scale, and this is 1/6 of the Millennium Falcon size. So it's 18 foot, which is like 3 of me. I'm like 6 foot, so it's 3 of me laying down on the floor, which is quite big.
Yeah.
So you could put those figures and they would fit in it. I don't know if it opens, but it exists, and you could buy it, and you'd need a lot of space to put it, but it's cool. You can buy that. I don't know how much it is
It is kind of cool, but I'm sorry, I'd just always be disappointed.
because
There's
it's
not a real full size.
Yeah, it's too big.
You'd
like
want-
if
It's
it's
too
that
big.
if it's that size, I want it to do something. I want it to fly.
Yeah,
I want
yeah,
it to
yeah.
do something. I can't
That's-
be doing with that
It's a
halfway
fair
house.
point. It's just dead weight to you, isn't it? Just a big.
I would just want more. I'd rather have just the cockpit, right?
They do that.
In full size rather than
No, they do that. They do that as a separate little diorama kind of thing. You get the cockpit with some figures.
no.
But
If you're gonna have something 18 foot, just choose a bit of the ship and just make that real scale.
what about a 3-foot DeLorean from Back to the Future? They do that as well.
What about a
A real
6
one.
foot one?
I'm
that
gonna
you
get a
can
real one.
drive?
I know.
I'm gonna get a
A
real
DeLorean.
one. Yeah.
That's always been.
That's
your
my car.
ambition.
Yeah, that's my car ambition.
Do you
is,
probably need to hurry up because there's probably going to be
No,
less
it's
of
okay.
them.
They make new ones. They
Really?
make electric ones now, I think.
Really?
They do.
Wow. Still out of aluminium.
Yeah. It's all the same design.
I think they just buy the old cars and replace the bits.
probably. They probably be the cheapest
So
way
I-
to do that.
So I'm not sure that they actually have.
I don't.
I don't think they're making bodies anymore. So
Right.
that might still be an issue in terms of them rusting away.
Well, no, this is handy because they're aluminium, so they don't rust.
Oh.
Ta-da! It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen one day.
The
I'm
car
gonna
that
take,
keeps on giving.
gonna take you all for a ride. The Back to the Future
I'm
music
looking
on,
for, I can't wait.
and then my life will be over.
That
And
will
I
be
can-
pretty awesome.
And I'll just die probably after that.
Yeah.
All right. There's some things on the table. We didn't really have a theme for this episode, so there are some light bulbs.
Which make me a little nervous because they explode and they have toxic gas in
So,
them.
yeah, but it's a big light bulb. When have you ever seen a light bulb so big?
That's true.
It's 20k.
20k of dollars
Of-
money.
20,000 pixels.
Yeah, I don't know lighting so well, so it's just a
So
big
I
number.
was thinking I was getting
for a big
confused
light.
with kelvins, but that's a temperature thing. That's how you measure light temperature.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
it's
That
It's
tends
there.
to be that's in thousands.
yeah.
20,000
I
kelvins.
assume it's 20 kilowatts or something. I don't know. What is
no,
it?
I'm
I don't know.
20,000
I don't know.
pounds.
I don't know. Read it.
They'll be kelvins. Made in Japan.
We shouldn't talk about things we don't know anything
No.
about, should we?
No, I think let's avoid that.
This goes out to very few people, but those very few people will realise we're fucking idiots.
I bet you it's kelvins.
I think they realised that by episode 2.
Anyway, we don't have a theme for the episode, so we put some light bulbs on the table because we are going to talk about let's talk about Interstellar because we've all seen Interstellar, and
Come back in 15 minutes if you haven't.
yeah, no, we'll probably spoil Interstellar, but it's been out long enough. I think that we can.
I don't think
want to talk.
you can spoil it. You can talk about it.
I
without
think there should be. We might spoil it just
Okay.
in
Spoilers.
case because it sucks when people do that. I had a work experience kid come in to work the other day and he ruined Game of Thrones.
That's enough.
Just in a casual conversation. He didn't really know what he was doing. We were talking about Game of Thrones and he just said, I already know this character dies. And he said the character and I was like, oh, great. Cool. Thanks for that. It's something quite, I don't know how far in the future, but it's not this
Oh,
series.
actually, like
It's-
in a book.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know that.
I assume they all die eventually. You can't watch that and not.
Yeah.
Anyway, Interstellar.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
Interstellar. What
I
did you
liked
think?
Interstellar.
Wow.
I
A film that guy liked.
A film that I liked
Since
that I didn't
93.
that I didn't think 1990. Yeah, the last film I liked was Turtles apparently.
Oh, really? I thought it was Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, Jurassic Park. Yeah.
that
No,
93?
that was 93. Yeah, very good. Well done.
Well, only because because you said so
Yeah,
on the
that's
first podcast.
Yeah. It's one of those dates. 93 Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
There we go. Anyway, yeah, I did. I wasn't expecting to like it. I heard a lot of reviews and people saying it's good up until a point, and then it takes a nosedive. And I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
I thought it was really fine. Good film. Did you guys like it?
Yes, I would say I found it good. I would say I'd mark it 7 out of 10. It wasn't brilliant. It was long.
It was long. Yeah, it is a long film. It is a long film.
I think it felt it could have been shorter. But I liked the style of it. I thought weirdly I afterwards I thought the whole black hole visuals kind of jarred a little bit, and then since found out that was the most accurate representation, they actually they got massive computers and mathematically sort of worked out what the event horizon would look like
Mm.
in a black hole, and did it properly. And in fact, the science on that film was as close to accurate as they could get.
Yeah.
Which I didn't come out of the film feeling.
No. No. Certainly not when it ends up where it ends up.
No,
Because that's...
but maybe that's where they pushed the boundaries a little bit.
I think they push it a little bit. But no, I thought, even without knowing that, it's kind of like what they do with space and things is good. I'm going to come back to that in a minute because I want to know what Tim thinks. Because he's looking...
So I would also probably tend on 7.5.
Yeah.
And
That's good. That's a fair score.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
One scene I have a really favorite scene of that, and that was when the mountains, they realize that they're not mountains.
Oh yeah, that's... Oh no, that's not what I'm thinking of.
No?
You mean the water?
The water
The
world.
water.
Yes. No,
And I really like that because how it was shot,
the
you were just
scale.
like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
I like the way you got the scale as well, because
yeah.
you quite often you get like massive tidal waves in films and stuff. And
Well, that's it. I'm trying to think. There was one. What was the one where they were doing like the parting the sea and
Moses.
No. Was that? No, there's a recent film about the Ark and stuff.
Noah.
Wasn't there? Oh, Noah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I watched that,
Yeah.
and that whole
It's
title
about it.
scene is
The whole
so
film- the whole
yeah,
film's
yeah, but that in
bonkers.
particular is so
Yeah.
frustrating because. You know, you
doesn't-
see the water coming for like half an hour, and the way it doesn't match at all with what's going on. Whereas that was like, looks like mountains. Oh shit!
Yeah.
And like,
It's just-
you really got that sense. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think they do a very good job of like setting scenes and like what it would actually be like to go to new worlds, because I think 90% of them would be nothing, but you'd end up on it, it'd be like, oh, this is kind of interesting. It's an entire water world, and the water's not that deep, which is kind of weird. And there's a big tidal wave, and you go, well, that world's redundant. Let's go
Yeah.
to the next one. But that world's just full of ice. That's
Yeah.
rubbish. Let's go to the next one. And I think that's what space travel will actually be
Yeah,
like, and
yeah.
that's really cool. They did stick. They kept it quite grounded, even though they were going through black holes and going through wormholes and black holes and things like that. And that made me quite excited for.
Yeah.
It's just, it fits. You give it 7 out of 10.
7
You give
out
it
of 10.
7.5, and I kind of feel like it fits in this like third pillar of films. You get blockbusters, which don't make any sense, don't have to make sense, they're just fun, and you get more independent films or more drama-based films that are very smart, intelligent, and you really like them. And then there's Interstellar, which fits in the third category, which is like, it's a good film, it's got a lot of money behind it, so it's got big spectacle, and it's just good. It's got an interesting story, so it's got enough to make you think just a little bit, and it really sits at the 7 out of 10 point, and I think that's really good. And it's like, I like it when films do that, because you're not watching something that's like half-assed. It's like someone's really, like Christopher Nolan puts a lot into his films, whether you like them or you don't, and it's just nice that stuff exists. And it's not super blockbuster because it's a weird concept, and it's not super indie because it's too big a scale for that, and I like that middle.
I've been quite
Colour.
surprised by how many people, especially non-sci-fi people, actually quite enjoy it. Which
Hmm.
is definitely, like you say, it's part of this third pillar. It's part of this. It's got blockbuster elements, right?
Yeah.
And it's got, but it I think what you're saying, I agree with. It's like it does a very good job of not going just to action, just temporarily, and
Yeah.
forgetting all the reasoning. It
Yeah, I mean,
tries.
I
makes
love
an
what
effort.
I love what it does with.
their worth stuff, and
I love what it
it's
does with
good.
time as well. That's so good. I love like quantifying time. It's like, okay,
Right.
an hour on this planet is going to cost us 7 years in
Yeah,
Earth
yeah.
time, and it's like, that's so good. It's like, got to do more with that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the fact that you're going to go, okay, we got to bust our ass on this planet so that we don't waste like 14 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's just very cool. I like that a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm jumping into that.
No, it's
No,
fine.
Very cool.
I do like that.
What?
I mean, some of that might be a lot more accurate than I think, but some of it did make me think.
I didn't take the whole scientific view because I knew, like you were saying, Andy, that they tried to base all the sort of CG on science, but I kind of figured it starts off quite family orientated and quite small, and then it takes it literally, I guess because you're trying to follow like Matthew McConaughey's character through what he's going through, but it literally ramps up to about 10 in less than a minute, where it's suddenly like farmer, you're going to space,
Science.
NASA, space,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
ships, and it's like, oh, okay, we're in space, great.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, by that point I was like, okay, I know what I'm watching. I know this is in that third pillar. This isn't a blockbuster. This isn't like super thinky film. This is just in the middle, and it's like, fine, I will just watch this for what it's worth. And then it's really nice when you can just do that.
Yeah.
Especially for me as well, because a lot of people said that it was going to take that nosedive, and when it got to like half hour before the end, I was like, okay, here it comes. And it kept going, and I was like, it was cool.
Yeah.
Good idea.
No,
I like that.
Good.
Yeah.
What did you think of the robots?
Little robots. The first time I saw them, I was like, okay, this film's going in another direction, because you see it, and they're kind of boxy.
Yeah, they are boxy.
And a bit unrealistic.
Yeah.
But then by the time you get to the end of the film, you're really quite attached to them.
Yeah.
And it's really nice.
No, I think they've got that kind of 80s robot feel.
Yeah.
And there's especially the characters.
Yeah, it was totally 80s robot. It was like wisecracking robots.
Yeah, wisecracking. It reminded me of a film called Black Hole. I don't know if you've seen
No, I haven't seen Black Hole. I was going to mention Space Camp.
Space Camp, yeah. But yeah, they were sort of 80s robots. But but again, I mean, I've seen the sort of behind the scenes and stuff, and they actually made those robots as puppets out of metal.
Did they?
Yeah.
Shit.
And they had they weren't CGI'd. They were
some of the time they're CGI'd.
I think so, but most
when they're doing
the bit
cartwheels.
when they're in the water and the cartwheels and stuff, that's CGI. But a lot of the stuff in the spaceship is
it looks like it could have been real,
puppeted, and they even had like them walk how they would walk and everything. And it was really interesting.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because it's like they're slightly, I guess, because the way the world is, it's like they were slightly advanced and now they've gone back a few steps. So they've got these old robots that are from the slightly advanced
I think
stage.
they're military kind of grade.
But they don't look, they're not like super graceful. It's like if you're going to design an efficient robot, it's not that.
No.
But
they do seem
but like
impractical.
The first sort of scene when they're talking about the humor like settings, and it's kind of, it reminded me an awful lot of Crichton from Red Dwarf when he's got like all these like he's got all these settings.
Dial
it
like, back a bit.
Yeah, it's like using his emotion chip or whatever. It's like it reminded me a lot like that, and as soon as stuff like that happens, you just kind of go, this film knows what it's doing.
Yeah,
and that's very good. I had a lot of fun watching that film. I liked when you were talking about the wave, I liked the cloud made of ice.
Yeah,
I was like, that's really cool as well. It's like, that's a very cool concept because it alludes to the fact that the planet they're on is like multi-layered, which I don't think it is given like story elements that take place. But the fact that there's like this like solid layer of cloud, and then below that there could be more like earth or whatever is kind of neat. But like when they just sort of, you think it's going to fly through a cloud and it just hits a load of ice. It's like, that's really cool. There's a lot of neat touches in that film.
Yeah.
And that's Christopher Nolan. It's like say whether you like his work or you don't, like that's quite a personal project for him, I think. He's very good at pulling some of that stuff off. Yeah. Not always successfully, because I didn't like dream film. What was that called?
Memento. Oh
no, the one with the dreams.
Inception.
I didn't. I thought that was one of the worst films I'd seen of that kind. It's
I enjoyed that.
I thought it was good on the surface, but as soon as you think a bit, which it kind of
I think
tries to make you do,
I think
you then go,
no, I'm out.
That's that.
It takes it too far.
But that's why,
if I sort of managed to suspend my disbelief a bit in that film.
But that's why I was glad to be able to do that for Interstellar, because I felt like, Inception should have been this great film, because again, it was another like, after he'd done Batman, it was like, right, I'm going to do the thing I want to do, and that was Inception.
But that was,
and
it was
like,
kind of going, have you seen Memento?
Yeah, again.
So it's kind of going back.
Yeah, but it's just...
There's a device there.
Because I love Memento, and I kind of felt like after Batman he should go back and doing, and it's kind of crappy to say that someone should do this and should do that because they're doing fine on their own, but it's like it'd be nice for him to not have so much money and just do a little small film. But that was me having not seen Interstellar, and now I'm kind of like, yeah, it's fine. He's able to make that third pillar film, and that's really good. It's like, keep making stuff to that budget as long as it's like half decent. That's fine, because he's quite competent. So don't necessarily have to go back to making the $1 million budget films. He can spend whatever they spent on Interstellar, which I'm sure was quite a bit, because that's a good looking film.
What's his next project? Do we
I have
know?
no idea. I can
Anyone
probably
know?
find out, but
Yeah.
we wouldn't know much about it. So.
No.
Batman 4. I'm going to link these two together quite nicely. I was talking about the planets and how exciting it was to kind of go to a planet that's just water and see what that's like.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Do you guys know about No Man's Sky?
Yes, this is the game that's all procedurally generated.
Yeah. And so I've been like this game's been like batting around for a while because it hasn't come out yet, but it's almost out, and they've been sort of promoting it for a long time, and it's like no one really knew what it was. They knew it was this procedurally generated galaxy, which is basically like it's a big galaxy. There's like billions and billions of planets you can go and visit, but they're not like there's no real design behind it. It's not like a linear game where you have to go here and you have to go there and there's a story element here and the story element there. It's just a randomly generated planet billions and billions and billions of times over, and you kind of go, okay, well, what's the game? And apparently you've got to get to the center of the universe, but that's not really a game either. You don't actually know what you're doing, and apparently you're just going from planet to planet just investigating stuff. And watching Interstellar made me go, I actually really want to play that now, because I wasn't sure before. I thought it was a cool idea, but just doing that whole, I don't know what I'm going to see on this planet, and I know it's random, but still it's that mystery box thing like talking about earlier. It's like that's quite exciting just to be able to go to these billions of planets and ones that no one's been to before. It's like that's
and
neat.
when you found a planet, is this all linked up to the internet and you kind of so you can be the first one to go to this planet.
You can name
then
it.
Once when you get to that planet then exists and then other people can come and visit it, and you can say, hi guys, this planet is really cool, or you can go like, stay away from my planet, I'm gonna is there an element of that?
I don't know. There might be. They've showed off a bit of space combat, which everyone was kind of thinking that wouldn't be in it, but apparently that's in it. But no one knows how that's gonna work because they've been quite secretive. But yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be a bit like Elite or Escape Velocity. It's just much more grand in its attempt to do it. But also the thing that's really cool that kind of no game has done previously, I think, is it's just very seamless. You fly through the galaxy to a solar system, to a planet, down into a continent, down into a patch of grass on the field. Yeah. And then you go into a little lake and you discover some creatures and you name them. And it all happens without any loading or anything, essentially. It's like, it's very seamless. And that gives you...
Makes it feel real.
I don't know if people realized how much loading broke that up before. But how much that destroys your immersion. But being able to do that.
Yeah, it's that whole, like, everyone jokes about like open world games now when you kind of go, well, you've got 20 square miles, and it's like if you see that mountain over there, you can go to that mountain. Everyone jokes about that, but again, this is doing that, but on a far more massive scale. Yeah, it's like you see that planet way over there. It's like there's about another billion planets between it, but you can go to that other planet. Yeah, and it's like cool, and you'll find planets that no one has been to before. No. That's very unique.
I wonder if you'd be able to colonize them and set up.
I don't think it's based on colonization.
It's more
based more on
exploration.
So I think there's like 3 tracks. Like one is the whole resources and trading. So you could go to a planet and you could mine its resources and then sell it. The other is space combat. You could be like a pirate and you could get money and resources that way, upgrade your ship and your weapons. Or the third way is just exploration. You can earn money for uploading information.
Right.
So
you found a really cool... There's incentive to do like cataloging kind of things, right?
Yeah. You could say to people who were mining, for instance, found this planet.
Yes, so essentially, if you go to a planet that no one has been to before and you scan and you upload the data that there's certain minerals there, I think basically it means that anybody who approaches the planet will be able to know what minerals are on the planet. Right. So it's useful to them. They don't pay you directly or anything, but you get some money for having uploaded that information. Yeah.
But again, it's still a very vague... What's the gameplay?
Yeah, I mean, I think...
I'm fine without the gameplay though, like seeing it.
But I think that's the problem, right? Because so many people have asked them, "What's the point?" Yeah, and they're trying to say what the point is, But honestly, they don't really know. They just, it's just really cool.
Yeah, they won't know till people start playing it and they go, well, all those billions of planets we randomly generated, they've all been named, and everyone worked way faster than we thought they would.
But it's an infinite number of planets, isn't it?
No.
Right. I think it's got a cap. But again, they may not know that until. It may be like any internet-based game. It'll just mess up as soon as everyone starts trying to play it. But
No, I doubt it.
I don't think that it doesn't. I don't think it's built the same way. But no, Interstellar. I was watching Interstellar, and they landed on these couple of planets, and you're kind of like, I want to be able to do that.
See, if it was like that, yes. But you've seen the demo of No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
And all the worlds are different, but the same.
Yeah. That worries me a bit, but because I kind of want to.
I think it's awesome, but there is still scope.
So
that's all it means, isn't it?
From the trailer, it looked like most places had life and they had an atmosphere and stuff.
Yeah.
So you're not going to find ice planets or just
but then they've shown
find
very little of anything, because and the demos they have shown, I think maybe this is quite telling, is that the demos they have shown, they've done kind of almost live, where it's like they don't actually know where they're going to go. They maybe have an idea because they say everything's kind of similar, but they've just been kind of going, okay, we'll go over here, and every time they've done that random thing, it's been to a planet that you kind of go, I sort of recognize that from the last planet. There's not like blue planet or red planet or green planet. They are supposed to be color changes, but I haven't seen it yet. Everything's that kind of orangey red color at the moment, which is a shame. Hopefully it's not all like that.
But that's honestly quite easy stuff to change in a way. You can always work on that. You can always add more.
Yeah, if it's a live game and they keep going with it then that would be brilliant. If they can keep making it better, then great, because they're gonna probably have to keep giving people incentive to keep playing it.
But I don't think you can do quite such well scripted things as Interstellar did. I mean, kind of obviously, right? But that whole mountain sea, you're not going to get anything like that.
No, but
or Frozen Clouds even.
I quite like the whole passive gameplay. I'm quite happy to more like sit back and watch something. Type. Yeah, it's like not have to complete missions or not have to do this. It's like the best example is there was a park builder game for Jurassic Park, and you basically had to. It was like theme park, so you built a park and you put dinosaurs in it, and people came and you made money, and then it got like dinosaurs escaped. You had to recapture them, put them back, and make everyone happy. But when you completed the game, you got the Site B option where you could basically create your own Site B, which is the one from Lost World when they're just like out on their own. So you could basically just put a load of dinosaurs on an island and let the AI interact together, and they would eat each other and things, and the herbivores would eat trees to stay alive, and the meat eaters would go and hunt the herbivores, and you'd have to keep boosting the population. But it's like I like doing that and just watching it. So I'm kind of I like that kind of game where you can just pick it up and go, don't really matter, it's just pretty, and you can fly around for a bit and go, oh, that's kind of cool, there's a planet there, I've not seen that animal before. It's like that's appealing to me. Very appealing.
Yeah, I think what's really appealing is to see as well, like, hundreds of people flying backwards and forwards between like a planet and trading with like this massive space station or something like that, and then just to follow one and actually just go and land next to them.
Yeah,
and
it's
that kind of scale of thing. It's like we just don't experience. So that could be really cool.
It's like Journey. You played Journey. I think we might have spoken about Journey before. You played Journey?
Me.
It's the game in sand. So you played Journey?
Yeah, we talked about it a lot in the first one.
Yeah. It's like that. It's just nice knowing that you're part of someone else's game in a way, because you people jump into your game and you jump into their game, and you never know who you're playing with, but you're playing with someone else, and you don't realize that until you finish. Like the first time you play it, you don't know it's a multiplayer game. And that's kind of like, No Man's Sky. It would be quite nice to just sort of like the day you do come across another person, because it might be a while. It might be a while, and then someone might be there, and it's like the way they then interact with you. They might just totally ignore you, or they might try and shoot you if you can do that, or it might just be like kind of like let's hang out or whatever. I don't even know if there's a chat function. No one really knows, but
there seems to be a game out as well that's actually very similar to No Man's Sky. But I can't remember
Dangerous?
what its name is. No,
Dangerous?
That's just one of the Elite series, right?
But it's not that. It's a big space trading game, isn't it?
Oh, maybe.
Is the new Elite out yet?
It's out, but it's not out.
No.
Oh, that's the alpha pre-release type.
Yeah, that's the
deal.
80 million plus game that. Christ, that's a lot of money to make a game.
But they've almost gone the opposite route. It sounds like in terms of everything's compartmentalized. So you go into the dock and
you pick up missions and do stuff.
Yeah, anyway, I don't know.
I don't know. I know it's a big game. It has to be for the amount of money they've raised for it. But Anyway, yeah, No Man's Sky is out this year, I think.
They reckon
Maybe?
late in the year.
Okay, cool. Christmas game. Yeah. Got Metal Gear before that though.
Gonna get that?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a PlayStation 4 when that comes out. I don't have one yet. So yeah, looking forward to that. Cool. All right.
Awesome.
Anybody want to do anything else? Anything to mention that doesn't take forever? Because we're actually doing good for time.
Has anyone seen the Muppets? The thing they showed at Comic-Con? Comic-Con.
No.
So they're bringing out a new Muppet TV series.
Oh, this is the fly on the wall type
fly on the
office
wall
thing.
So they showed something on at Comic-Con, and I thought it was good. It's kind of, I mean, the concept is The Office with the Muppets and stuff, but I like the premise and because I think the fans of the Muppets are people who are grown up. I don't think they're so big with kids these days, so they're taking it into a sort of more of an adult realm, and I think the jokes are going to be a bit more. Well, they've always been.
Yeah, they've always. I don't know. I think the Muppets always.
It's a bit knowing. It's all quite knowing and kind of.
Yeah, the Muppets always did that though. It's like they've just copied something, and I don't like that as much.
Oh, I don't know. I've always been fond of the Muppets, and I think this could work really well.
I've always hated
the
Muppets.
If they
here we go. We're disagreeing right at the end after agreeing for so long.
Well, wouldn't be genuine if we didn't.
No, it would not.
But anyway, I just like the whole thing that you've got a kids program that a generation grew up with, and now you're kind of that popular
perverting it.
You're kind of perverting it, but for that audience, I can't think of anything. Although I guess we were talking the potential with the Power Rangers, that you had this kids program, and then you can kind of with the
adulterize it.
Yeah, adulterize it. But something as kind of innocent as the Muppets, and taking that into a sort of adult realm where they're having relations. They've got.
I don't know if they've ever been really that innocent.
No.
There's been enough. It's a Pixar thing, isn't it? It's like there's enough for adults, there's enough for kids.
But I think this one isn't aimed at kids.
Sure, but is it better than getting more use out of characters?
It worries me that they're aiming it more at adults, because it makes me feel like they won't ever be able to go far enough. It's not going to appeal to kids, and it's not going to be far enough along for adults to go, yeah, I get that, because they're Muppets at the end of the day. So you've got to be very careful what you do with them. You either go kind of like, I don't think the Muppets are very well suited to go into a story-driven thing. Not for a TV show. Not when you're supposed to realise that they're kind of like real people, but they're Muppets.
But I think
because every time they've done a film, it's been
because there's probably gonna. I mean, it's all based around Piggy's talk show, so she's got a talk show, and it's behind the scenes in this talk show. So you've got the opportunity. They're kind of going back to the older version where you had
the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, famous. So it's kind of keeping.
Muppets Tonight was really good.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of taking stuff that worked in the past, and like Muppets Tonight was really good.
Yeah.
And so you've got that aspect of it, and then you've got this kind of extra sort of fly on the wall part, and I think it's part satirizing that fly on the wall thing as well. From the trailer I saw was, you had Gunzo, them introducing this concept, and then cutting to Gunzo saying, "Oh, I hate this kind of that format where you cut to an interview and you're talking about how the character's saying one thing and then you cut back and he says, and then they cut straight back and he goes, it's a great idea." Yeah. And there's kind of, I think there's a lot of play there as well, because those sort of docu comedy things. I mean, I guess I don't know if they're self-satirizing now.
That's the worrying thing.
Anyway,
there's too many.
It's a satire of a documentary
there's
style.
Too many
there's
too many of them.
There is too many of them.
Gone,
so I'm hoping they'll
pick the most popular thing and just do that, because
I'm hoping. Well, maybe they can do a twist on it. But anyway,
They're
I just
Muppets.
I saw
That's
this
it.
and
That's the twist.
I like the I like the concept. I'm fond of the Muppets. I grew up with them. and
I did not realize
I
how
feel
much
like
you like the
they're
puppets, and
family.
I feel bad for bad mouthing this before I've even
Yeah,
seen it.
no.
But yeah, I don't know.
watch the test that they did. I don't think it was even going to be released, but there
Good.
was so much. No, the test before they.
Oh, speaking
you'll
of which,
be
did
even
you
worse.
did they release the new Deadpool? Did you watch it?
No, I don't know if it's out
Official-
yet.
talked
the
about it
official
last time.
version.
No,
yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
If it's out, I haven't seen
We
it.
can talk about that next week.
I don't know. I don't even know if
Let's
it's
see.
coming out. Yeah, well, let's see. Okay, all right. Well, you can see stuff at certainstyle.com. Regular update should happen now because I finished all the pre-updates for 2 months, so that's all there. Facebook's up and Twitter's up, and
You tweeted.
yeah, there's some stuff.
I'll have to follow you.
Actually, the thing I did on Facebook after watching Interstellar is because of how the way Interstellar did the visual stuff with the space and warping and things like that. I kind of thought I'm a big fan of audio descriptive films. You know what they are? So it's for blind people
Yeah,
to watch
like
a film.
they have the trailer and they have the
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah.
it's someone describing the scene, and so I was
yeah,
like, I
because you
wonder.
like your exposition.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder what this is like for Interstellar because it's quite a visually odd
Mm.
film, and I would totally recommend you do that.
Ah,
Oh, really?
Yeah, get it, and just
I
like
haven't seen that. I
get it and like try and find like an audio version of it
Yeah,
because
yeah,
basically it's a book.
yeah.
Like you get a bit of description and then you get the dialogue
I
from the
guess it's
film.
something you can listen to in bed.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to be watching the film. They
No.
do it really well,
Yeah.
and because of that film, it's
Is
like
it always the same woman as well?
no.
The
Again,
woman who does the annoying trailers on
no,
the
that needs to go away because that's
no,
been out
but
for
she
far
does the
too long.
BBC stuff because I've listened to I accidentally clicked on the button on the BBC website and it was the same woman.
No, that's been on too long. That needs to go away. No, the guy for Interstellar's got a really good voice. He's
Oh,
like
right.
this like deep voiced, well spoken guy, and it's quite nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can get that, it's like
Cool.
they're
Well,
very
I
well
often
done.
wonder what happens if there's a lot going on and there's a lot of dialogue. How do
That's
they
the thing.
deal with
They're-
that?
They plan for that. I mean, it's a proper job that someone has is to make sense of this for the audio descriptive version of the film.
Do they? I'm right.
So it's like there's a small gap in the dialogue where there's some sound and they'll describe something and
Yeah.
then someone will say something, and if it's not clear who's speaking, they'll say
Said.
Tim is
Sorry,
speaking, and then they'll say stuff, and then the conversation will happen,
Maybe,
and then in all the gaps they'll just fit stuff
Yeah,
in, and
yeah,
you kind of
yeah.
go, that works.
Do they not go?
Maybe you
Tim
or we
says.
should try that for some of yours.
Oh yeah, we could do a.
Oh yeah.
Get Andy to do one. Oh, that'd be amazing.
No.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I would suggest doing that. Yeah, I put that up on Facebook. I'll put some things up on Facebook.
I need to
that's
follow
one
you
of
on
them.
Facebook. I didn't
Do it.
go out.
Do it now.
Yep.
Do it now.
I'm doing it.
Do it now.
I'm doing it.
There's a music video coming up soon. There's a tease for that up on the website at the moment. You can see that very soon.
And I saw a tease for a short film.
Did you?
Didn't I?
Yeah.
I don't
you
know.
put-
Did you?
There's a trailer for.
Oh no! Yeah, the Knock Knock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot with Dan Blacker. Yeah. No, I shot that and I guess directed it. But that's coming together. It's quite long. It's more like a short film than a sketch.
Cool.
So yeah. Look out for that. And also look out for Star Wars because we're gonna make a Star Wars film. Yeah. We'll talk about that. Do you guys want to plug anything?
Nope.
Websites?
Nope.
Don't care.
Nope.
Fine. We're done. We're done.
I
I'll see
found
you.
you. I'm liking you on Facebook.
Cool. Well, everyone else should do the same. That would be very.
A certain style on Facebook.
That would be very helpful. Yes, it's a certainstyle.com, written.com, D-O-T.
And it's one that's about films and stuff, not clothes.
Yeah. If you're on the closed page, then by all means like it, but you're in the wrong place. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
See you guys in 2 weeks.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Wave.
Bye.